for me was one thing I really liked about the initial training, the initial kind of 4-day intro training to MDFT, was watching all these live sessions and being able to see, okay, fine, we read the manual, we're told about the manual, we see some PowerPoint presentations, you read it, anybody could do that, and you understand it, you take in as much as you do, but then to actually see it in practice, oh, okay, that's how you have that session. That's how you do an enactment. That's how you have a conversation with an adolescent. How you talk about the discrepancies in their behavior. So you're able to actually see it, and you're able to see it done well, and then be able to say, okay, that's what that should look like. I think even now, after a year and a half of doing this, and even talking with people who've been doing it longer, people still remember a DVD they saw in a session. Oh, that one with Billy, or that one with Johnny. It sticks with you, and I think that resonates and that stays with the therapist when they're in their own sessions. There's a lot of focus in our supervision, the ongoing supervision of training of therapists. We tape a lot of our sessions, we watch the DVDs of the session, and we're able then to look and say, okay, here's your session plan, here's what you wanted to do, these were your goals, this was your intent, the rationale behind your intent, and do you think it was implemented here? And if not, why not? What got in the way? Was it something that was happening between you and the client? Were you not ready? Was it something you weren't comfortable with? Was it the family had another agenda that day? There was something else going on with them, and that wasn't where they were at the time. And it's looking to see then what do you need to do next? Looking at it to be able to learn from it. And we do that with our live supervision too. It's we plan the session. We are in the session together. As a supervisor, I'm watching them in their session, and I'm able to pick up the phone and call in or walk in if needed to say, okay, wait, pull back a second. This is what your plan was and your goal, but you're going over here. How do I get you to come back here? Or how do you figure out for yourself how to come back here? What do you need to do instead? And it's that constant training and that constant focus and reinforcement of the work that they're doing that you then learn, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to stick with this one area and focus on this. And then that translates into future sessions and with different families. So, with just the training when we start, we do a lot of taping of the sessions and the DVD review and live supervision with our trainers and consultants, but then that continues as an ongoing part of the supervision. That's one part that I really like about MDFT, that continues. And it's not just that's the training aspect and then it ends. Well, it's really focusing on what the family wants. What is it that they came in for? What is it that they want to get out of this? It's at a basic level, it's what's the behavioral change they want. They want their kid to go to school. They want them to stop using drugs. They want them to come in on time. That's as the basic of seeing what it is they want. Maybe the teen doesn't want the same thing. They want to keep using drugs. They want to keep not going to school. They may not want the same thing as the parent, but particularly with the teen, we want to see what's in this for them. What can they get out of doing this with us? And a lot of our teens come in and I want to do therapy. I don't need help. I'm not crazy. They say different things, but it's having them see that we can help you get something. We can help you in some way. You can benefit from participating in it. Be surprised how much teenagers want to talk when you get them in a room. They'll, as they're talking, tell you, I don't like talking to people. I don't like telling people about myself. And you're 45 minutes into a session. They don't want, and it's okay, that's great, but you're here, so that's good, let's continue, and just kind of being where they are in that sense. But I think with them, it's showing them that things can be different for them. Fine, you don't maybe have the same agenda or same goals as your parent, but is your life perfect? Do you think you're going down the path you want? What do you want for your future? Oh, I want to go to college. Okay, but you're 16 and in the 9th grade with 2 credits. Is that how you're going to get there? How do you think you're going to get there? And then it's, do you want some help getting there? Here are some things maybe we can do together. And sometimes it's getting the parents off their back. No, she's on me all the time, she nags me, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay, so let's talk about how maybe we can get your mom to change. And we do a lot of work with our parents and getting them to change how they approach their child. It's not them giving up their authority or their control as the parent and how they want their values and how they want to raise their child. It's them coming at their child in a different way. So as opposed to when he comes home late screaming at him, maybe he comes home late and you say, okay, go to your room and we're going to talk tomorrow, because maybe that's what mom needs to do when she's calm. Or it's when he comes home late, okay, tomorrow you don't go out, and that's it. It's a consequence that's already predetermined, and it's working on the parent on implementing that. So it's asking them to make changes too. I think a lot of our kids, that's part of what they buy into, for lack of a better word, why they are saying like, oh, okay, I'll try this. When we talk to them about, we're gonna work with your parents too. This is not just about you. This is about your family. Yeah. This is about changing your relationships, changing how things are handled and how things are in your family. So it's having them see that, and that, in my experience with a lot of our kids, has been what, oh, okay, like, get her to stop screaming all the time. That could help. Or, you know, she could listen to me more, understand me, and that helps with a lot of our kids. They see that, and then we work with the families to help them achieve that. Sometimes the parents feel, I've done everything I possibly can. And some of our parents have had previous services in the past, and so they really feel, I've tried everything I possibly can, I'm done. And they have no hope. They feel, my 15-year-old is not going to change, and this is it. And so that's really the work of the therapist, is to instill hope in the parents that, you know, your child can change, and it's having them believe that, you know, they're the medicine. They are the one that can do this, and we're going to be here to support them. So it's helping them, you know, refocus and think of, okay, you've done a lot of things. There's always something else that we can try. Or, you know, at least getting the parent to consider, maybe, let's start fresh. You think you've tried everything there possibly is, but let's try this now. We're going to do it differently, and we're going to do things, you know, in a different way that might really help your child and help you. It's just important for the therapist to be open, and to be open to learning, and to be a lifelong learner. You know, not to feel that, okay, once I get trained and certified, that's it, I just go and do. That it's a constant learning process, and that they can learn from every session they participate in. They can learn from every session they plan, and every family they work with. There's always something more to learn, and just being really open to that, and being open to the process. You know, in MDFT, we do the DVD reviews, we do live supervision, you know, and that's unique, you know, compared to some other different treatments available. I mean, other places do that, but not everybody does. And so that's definitely something that I think is unique, and I think is progressive, and I think is something that it makes it really strong, because you really do have to analyze the work that you're doing constantly and see, am I being the best therapist I can for this family? Am I doing the best I can for them? Because if you're not, then how are they going to be helped? And it's the same thing we say to the parents. If you're not able to help yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself and being the best parent, you know, the best person for yourself, how are you going to help change your child? So I think it's just having them see that it's the same type of process. What they're asking of their clients, they should be asking of themselves. And then through the DVD and the live supervision and just reviewing their cases, you know, they're able to hone in on those skills, and to progress, you know, and to develop as a clinician, and to become stronger and more competent. And